Welcome to our third episode of Hunter the Vigil, second edition, Hometown Heroes. I am Conry. I'm your storyteller for the night, and I have with me a wonderful troupe of awesome players that are gonna go around and introduce themselves in but a moment. But for those of you who are joining us currently, right now, Hunter second edition. And so Hunter the Vigil second edition is currently on Kickstarter right now, and it has been blowing doors down with some awesome stretch goals that have been leading to more chapters being added to the player's companion that is going to be released. We've got t-shirts that are currently out right now. I believe a couple of added fictions in the books are part of it. But even if I'm wrong, you're going to want to go to kickstarter.com and search for Hunter the Vigil second edition, or you can go to the link that's probably going to be posted in the chat right now or at some point. Hey, there it is. And give it a look over. Pledge to it, because this book is amazing. It's probably one of the best splats. It's one of my favorite splats in the Chronicles of Darkness. You can play it standalone, or it slots into pretty much every single other game you can possibly run as either antagonists or allies. You've got more monsters than you can shake a stick at in this book. You've got a new, not a new type of monster, but a classic monster that was introduced with Hunter, known as the Slasher. So we're talking your big horror movie trope style juggernaut walking with a machete kind of killers, and how they fit into the Hunter world. Also, you've got vampire hunting, you've got werewolf hunting, you've got conspiracies that span the globe with special gear that they give their hunters. So if you ever wanted to be a Men in Black style character running around hunting vampires with a special gun that makes them bleed from every opening on their body, that's something you can do, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to. So tonight I've got with me, as I said, a wonderful group of hunters, and we're going to go around the horn right now, and they're going to introduce themselves. We're going to start over on everyone's which way am I pointing here? I don't know. Everyone's left. We'll start with Death by Mage. Jackie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage, and I can't wait to play for tonight. I'll be playing Tony, and right now I'm working on. Right now we're about to soon release the Unbreakable anthology, which is a D&D 5e all Asian anthology written and illustrated by a lot of Asian creators. They're all wonderful. We can't wait to share that. It's coming out very soon. We'll probably get some more information out in a couple more weeks.
Hell yeah. TK, who are you? Where are you? I'm doing great today. Who are you? Where can they find you? And what are you working on lately?
It's me. It's TK. No one can find me. The end. I'm just kidding. I write spooky stories and put them on the internet. If you like them, you can read them at tkjwrites.com, or you can follow me on TK Joins the Fray. When I'm not here, I'm on the Dungeons and Dragons Twitch channel, either derailing somebody else's campaign or derailing my own campaign on Fridays with Tales from the Mist. If you like spooky stuff, I guess come over and hang out. I don't know. I'm not your dad. I don't care how you spend your Friday nights, but I hope you hang out with us, or don't. Whatever. Live your life. Goodbye.
Always the best introductions in here.
Thank you.
Fox.
Hey folks, I'm Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett on Twitter, where you can, that's where I do all my stuff. I'm an internet weirdo.
Like you do. You have anything you have coming around anytime soon, or something you want to point people in the direction of?
Right. I have things coming up I can't talk about just yet.
Oh.
It's not
cool things on the horizon. We'll just say
Yeah.
that.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm an internet weirdo.
And our resident social media cryptid.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Dr. Jones, and I'm definitely a real person and not a figment of someone's imagination that somehow learned to use the internet.
Yes, Jeremy is a tulpa. That's something you can find out about if you purchase Hunter 2nd edition. Go check out the Kickstarter.
Well done.
That's a segue. It's hosting skills right there. All right. So we're going to get into our Hunter game forthwith. Last time, the Hunters, they found something. After assembling together at the behest of Dr. Jones, 3 internet weirdos showed up to help the Null Mysterious, 3 members of a internet organization known as Network Zero, hunters who use the digital age to their advantage to expose the truth. They do believe, and they want everyone else to believe with them. They ended up in Irvington, New York, where a series of strange disappearances and deaths concerned Dr. Jones, the local coroner and member of Null Mysterious, a skeptics organization who hunt monsters. Yeah, worked that one out. And after gathering, they decided to you can't really flip a coin on 3 choices, but they selected one. And they headed over to check out disappearances involving car shows that have been happening recently. Well, when they got there, they found not exactly what they were anticipating. They ended up finding what seemed like a spectral car, specifically a Chevy Impala 409. Late 60s model that roared to life after they had interacted with its remnants that had been floating about in the area. Touching cold spots is always a good way to just wake the dead or whatever happens to be out there. They jumped into their car, drove out, chased it, ended up getting chased in return in a way. Gunfire was not exchanged. Gunfire was delivered, and the rear side view mirror was shot off. Was shot off the 409. It then dissipated into mist as they attempted to track it down. Not having an ability to track dissipated mist, they decided to go look at more of the evidence that was available. They went back. They found where the side view mirror had been shot off, and instead they found a human hand that had eyes fused into the palm and fingers. Eyes of many different, colorations, different sizes, and all of them just staring blankly. During that whole encounter, they had cameras running as well. So they decided to go back to their place of crashing, a motel nearby. And instead of going to sleep, like good hunters, they pounded a whole bunch of caffeine and went right to work with research. The investigative duo of Dr. Jones and Tony, who really spent their points in character creation on investigation, because this was the largest dice pool I'd ever seen in any D10 system. It was like 52 dice you rolled or some shit like that. It was something crazy. They ended up with an unnecessary number of successes. One of those, like, I don't know what else to tell you. I've given you everything that I can.
This is now a 2-episode show.
Yeah. That's it. Problem solved.
Turns out we did it. Who knew?
Yep.
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
But they found they got a license plate with an inspection tag that had a year attached to it. And after looking it up, it turned out that this Chevy 409 happened to have belonged, or at least according to its plates and registration, it was Mike Love's, one of the singers of the Beach Boys. So our hunters were kind of left with a little bit of the conundrum of, why is Mike Love's 409 a ghost meat car driving around Irvington, New York? That's where we left off last time. Now, we're returning after 12 hours have passed. The investigators, well, they crashed hard. Caffeine can only keep you going for so long. And after their whirlwind investigation of evidence and turning one room into a Pepe Sylvia display, they decided to rest. During those 12 hours, Ty and Holly, if you want to do any kind of like downtime preparations, anything in particular that you feel like would make a difference coming up, please say that now, and then we will jump right into 12 hours later after you have looked at all the notes and everybody is reconvening to decide what to do next.
I think what Ty would do for like downtime type stuff is send as much of like what they've got out of the research and what they've got out of the videos and stuff as possible to their fact checker, which is one of their I guess I can't remember what the word is called. Contacts. Yeah, I have a fact checker contact. And so I would send a little bit to them, see, like, look, I've never even heard of the Beach Boys or Beachy Boys or whatever. So if you could just give me a little bit of, like, do some Google flu, some Wikipedia. If you want to just, like,
Dr.
I
Jones
say that
turns in
now.
his sleep.
Yeah, it's like he rolls in his sleep grave. Yeah, it's like, I've never heard of the Beachy Boys. So if you want to just go ahead and like Wikipedia me some stuff and figure out like why he would love his car enough to make a dumb song about it, and then it turns into a ghost car made of flesh, sure, let me know, bruh. And things like that. And then like continue going through research and stuff. I think that would be the only like real downtime stuff I would do.
Okay.
If that's considered downtime. If it's not, fuck it.
No, that can totally be downtime. Yeah. Let's see here. I just gave a quick roll for your contact.
Yeah.
And what they would find.
Yeah. His name is Jeremy Bloom. He's my vlog editor, so.
Aha. The blog editor. Okay, so let me see here. I don't have my which one was the one that there he is, I think. Where did he? Aha.
Also, if you could find out whether or not we can get the rights to use like a small snippet of the song in the vlog, that would be great.
Keep it under 30 seconds. Keep it real tight.
So it's found out that Mike Love did own this vehicle up until 19. Oh, come on. There it is.
19. It's weird.
Ooh, 19? That's already older than me. That's like, once it's 19 something, that's too old for Ty, because Ty was born in 2001.
It was owned until 1984.
Oh my god, that's so old.
Ow.
Oh,
seriously, ow.
Ty's like, oh my gosh, why would you make a song about that? It doesn't even have seat warmers.
Well, the song itself came out in the 60s.
That's even worse. Did they even have wheels?
Well, the reason why it was the interesting factoid that was found is that it was sold after one of the members of the Beach Boys passed away in kind of a freak accident.
Oh, gross.
He Dennis Wilson, one of the other Beach Boys, the drummer, passed away, and in a boating accident, had a shallow water blackout.
But why would he sell his car? I mean, I love you, Jeremy, but if you died, I'm not selling a car. Like, I don't understand. So just trying to like get more info if Jeremy has it. If not, that's fine.
It had to do with connecting the 409 to the band, and this is the only speculation he's got is that the other member died, the Wilson brothers, two of them died, there's only one left. He felt like he wanted to kind of let the car go. I guess it got auctioned off, and then it's kind of in the wind.
Oh yeah, how much you make? Ties like into the wind now.
20,000, I think, was the auction price.
Wow, really? I mean, okay, I guess. Yeah.
$1984.
Oh, is that?
That's a lot more.
Yeah, Ty's just sitting there like counting Monopoly money in their head, just like. But yeah, if that's it, then Ty will like relay what small information they got from their fact checker. Be like, yeah, it was apparently really his car and he like loved it and made a whole dumb song about it, and then his friend died and he sold it for like $20,000, which I mean, okay, I guess. Don't know why you'd pay $20,000 for an old car when you can pay $20,000 for a new car, but
at that time, new cars were like really expensive. New cars were about 10,000.
I guarantee that Ty does not understand inflation.
All right.
You fill up a tire, right?
I mean, I'm going to retire when I'm still young, like 22.
Yeah, right before you hit that wall.
I don't want to be dust when I retire. God, could you imagine retiring at 25?
So Jesus. Holly, what's Holly doing?
Sitting in the corner and considering her slow obsolescence into oblivion. No, it's downtime. So first, probably getting food because everybody's like zonked out and dying and dead and can't go care for themselves. And then like half overhearing this conversation and half like rolling around on the nastier parts of the internet or just Reddit, I suppose, going, does anybody know how to make a spike strip?
What is your professional training in? What was the profession?
Photography.
Yeah. Your connections don't really do. If it had been anything like mechanical or anything like that, I would have been like, oh yeah, no, somebody totally knows how to make an accordion spike strip.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I'm thinking along the lines of like, well, okay, this is a mobile thing. Well, how do you deal with something that moves around a bunch? Well, you trap it. But I've never trapped a car before.
Well,
so it's a lot of thinking about that and listening to Ty and just feeling shitty.
Giant devil's trap with motor oil. Now, need you
get a bunch of bear traps, lay them out along the road.
Let's see what we can put together. I would like you to make an intelligence crafts test.
Don't have crafts.
Make a pentagram and like
because I severely
windshield wiper fluid.
I'll allow you to make the choice of understanding that you don't really know what you're doing, but still giving it a shot, or deciding I do not know enough about this. I might hurt myself.
Yeah, I'll go for it. I got nothing else to do. So you said it was minus. Scott? Yeah, I said it was -3 on mental skills because that puts me into the negatives.
If you're in the negative dice range, or 0 or negative dice after penalties have been applied, You roll a single chance die. If you come up with a 10, that's a success, and you kind of have some progress made. You roll a 1, and we're gonna see what happens.
Ooh. I rolled a 2.
Okay. No, just ooh, shaving it close right there. At one point, you think, I'm pretty sure thumbtacks and duct tape could do it. But you decide against it because you don't know where the local Home Depot is. And
Yeah, it's like, I know how a bear trap works. If I strung a bunch of those together with like wire and then set them all, this is probably a really bad idea. But it is made of flesh.
you're not sure how you have a few ideas on the old drawing board, but none of them really seem to work out. Or at least you can't figure out how to make them work reliably.
One of them's just trail of gasoline and then a question mark.
Now, where
It's been
can I
underlined 3
get
times.
17 bear traps?
Yeah.
So, with that, we are going to now in whoever's motel room that you've decided to link up in, probably the big room with all the yarn and shit stapled to the walls.
Yeah, it's definitely where I brought food back to.
As you have, there was a small a local Chipotle kind of situation, a walk up, get a burrito kind of thing. So Holly brings back some burritos, some cans of soda, and everybody is consuming while you look at the evidence in front of you and decide what you're going to do next.
Okay, so it's a Beach Boy flesh ghost car. What does that add? What do we get from that beyond what we already know, which is
it's weirdly specific, but in a helpful way.
That's the thing. Like the Beach Boys are from this area. I don't know that any of them still or ever lived around here.
I don't actually know.
And it makes me wonder. Oh,
I don't know.
You did well enough on your research to know that they are exclusively a California crew.
Yeah.
Right. It's.
I don't know. Maybe the person who bought it lives here.
That's fair, but I don't suppose you would have any idea who would have bought it.
Ty will look at the scribbled notes on their hand.
It got sold at auction.
I don't know.
And,
got sold at auction. Somebody really wanted a Beachy Boys car.
Okay.
Every time.
Well,
suffer.
Maybe this makes more sense, like because we've got those 2 other things that happened, right? There was like a drowning or something and missing persons. Am I remembering the other 2 right?
Yeah.
Been a long day.
People missing at a bar and people being dragged underwater or being found underwater.
Okay.
Can we go to a bar?
Yeah, there
bar
was
an option.
They said something. I think you had something about a mysterious person in a leather jacket in the bar.
That sounds right. I'm a little groggy.
So maybe we need to go investigate one of these other occurrences, and maybe it leads back to other songs, other musicians, other cars.
I mean, I'm definitely going to advocate for not going after the car until we have some idea of what to do with it.
Well, right. I mean, shooting it definitely worked. We could just shoot it a whole lot more.
Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a car that is part of a band that was good.
They're doing this specifically to annoy us at this point. Like they have to be. You have to be.
Yep.
If you never,
TK
I don't even like
our monsters.
All right.
Well, I mean,
do you want to just check out the other places?
Yeah,
or at least one
sounds
of
like a
them.
good plan.
2 data points is better than 1.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that car still being out there, but I don't know. I feel like these all happening right next to each other is too much of a coincidence. We really should figure out if there's a bigger picture here we're just not seeing.
I mean,
it's okay.
What are we going to do to
get us in buildings, so it's fine.
What are we going to do to try to prevent other people for getting harmed. We send out an alert for flesh ghost car.
Do you know anybody that can condemn a? It was like a parking lot or something near a park, right?
Yeah, it was. It
I
was
mean, I know I have some people who I'm on recent good terms with the police department, but not shut
Well,
down
hang
a
on, hang
parking
on.
lot good terms.
The last people that got like hurt by this thing, it was after a car show. Are any car shows coming up?
Mhm.
As I check the internet for car show.
As you check for Irvington car shows, you see that it's another 2 weeks until the next monthly gathering of gearheads.
And then that's our timeline.
Assuming no one else tries to poke the area. When we provoked it.
Listen, it's we got weird. We went out there specifically for it. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be just fine as long as we get this done before the car show.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, do we know any locals who went to the car show who might be able to tell us a little bit about it? Maybe what happened?
I look at Dr. Jones like.
I mean, I've got some accounts of what people have said, but that's not a circle of people I run with.
I mean, unless we have to go door to door and find out if anybody. Well, I wouldn't say door to door, but find anybody who went to the show.
I'd rather try to check out the other hotspots.
They're
just
probably
'cause
at the
I
bar.
know
Ty's super.
where that is.
Yeah.
We're not anywhere near old enough. You do recognize this, right?
What? Why not?
Because you.
It's fine. They're not going to.
Somebody else want to field
you
this
say
question?
something.
Like,
They're not gonna know unless you say something. And I've got an ID.
Hmm.
Ty's ID is Ty, but with like a Sharpie mustache.
oh
Hey.
god.
I would prefer you stop
sure
giving me
do.
information about your ID.
Cool.
So
Let's resolve then. To the bar, which will probably not be open actually for several hours. So enjoy your burrito.
you finished research around like 4 a.m. And then it was another 12 hours after that, so 4 p.m. So the bar should be opening up to the fuck it, day drinkers. Just call them that.
Festive types.
I was gonna come up with something that was just kind of softer than that. No, day drinkers. You know.
Nooners.
Yeah.
We've only got 2 weeks. We haven't had time for polite euphemisms.
The Headless Horseman Tavern, as it is named.
Oh, that means they sell food.
It sits on the corner, just on a corner on Main Street. It has one of those old-fashioned, held up by a chain, wooden plaque, etched and painted signs that has no words on it, just shows the old Ichabod Crane story where a horseman is rearing back, no head, pumpkin aloft on a sword, on fire. Easy to find. As you arrive, it's around 4:30, 5-ish. Didn't take too long to get there, but I'm assuming you all went to your rooms, gathered your things, got together. Not in an absolute mad dash to get there. So 4:30, 5 o'clock is about when you're gathering at the tavern. As you walk in, it almost has a Bavarian style feel to it. Dark woods. It smells of beer and pretzels, but not the stale smell of like a frat party beer, but the almost bready smells of fresh taps being poured from. Inside, there's also several booths, a lineup of 2 rows of tables, and a large, well-stocked bar off to the right, with which you would have confused it for a pipe organ if you didn't see all the different beer labels on the tap handles. There's a rather dour looking man behind the bar, just cleaning glasses, wiping down the bar, simple maintenance stuff to busy himself, as opening is just, you're not serving much. There's maybe 3, we'll call them regulars here, that dot the rest of the location. There's one in the far, almost like one from the back on the left-hand side booth. One sitting at a table, nursing a beer and a pretzel, and one sitting at the bar with, it's 5, so there's a overturned shot glass, and he's chasing with a beer. And the one in the booth towards the back doesn't have that much. It's kind of dim light in here. There's no full windows. It's mostly those thin slat windows that are just at the ceiling, and most of them have curtains across them anyway. The lighting in here is it's warm. The bulbs almost reminiscent of Edison bulbs, rather than just your standard fluorescent lighting, casting kind of a warm feel over the entire establishment. And finally, there is a jukebox all the way in the back. The 4 of you walk in, or is it just one of you? What are we doing here? What are your actions?
I want to head directly for that jukebox.
Okay.
I would like to know if it has that particular Beach Boys song on it.
Anyone else?
Hey, Holly, what app does the jukebox use?
Quarters. And I turn and continue walking.
Cash.
Tony's probably gonna head up to the bartender and get hits in the bar, order a beer, and probably ask the barkeep if they've heard anything new in town.
Okay. And what about Dr. Jones?
Dr. Jones is going to get a pretzel and just find a good corner to study the room in from.
All right.
Be like, hey, make that 2.
So is Ty joining Dr. Jones at the table for the pretzel, or
no, joining Tony for a beer?
Aha. Okay. So Holly, taking a quick walk over to the jukebox, finds an old 45 cycler.
Yes.
With the arm.
Yes.
Pulls it across, drops it down. A good old whirling disc. 25 cents a play. They haven't even updated the price. It's got a bit of a selection. A lot of doo-wop. The most recent song on there, I think, is Salt and Pepper. They got what is that? Shoot.
Oh, Shoop. Oh, that's such a good song.
I was just trying to think, is that actually called Shoop, or is it something else?
Shoop.
It's Shoop. Okay.
Yeah.
They got Shoop on there. That's about the most recent song they have on that jukebox.
So
everything else is 80s, majority 70s, and some 60s tunes. Most of them, like I said, kind of in the top 100s bracket.
Okay.
Nothing really extravagant. It does happen to have 409 on it.
That I drop my coin in, and that is what I play.
Everybody can hear the saccharine tune that is the Beach Boys. Hearing about talking about cars and girls and all those wonderful surfer tune tropes just kind of wafting throughout the bar. I would sing it, but no.
That is okay.
I'm good.
I'm not saying that this is a good song. I'm just saying this might prove useful. I don't know. Hey.
Everyone's got
After
YouTube.
which-
If you want to hear what they're listening to right now, go search Beach Boys 409 and you'll be good.
After which I will then head to the bar.
Okay.
You won't be good, but you will hear the song.
Ty, Tony, and Dr. Jones all sidle up to the bar. There is one of those glass with prongs in a rotisserie style pretzel dispensers, just kind of sitting there on one side of the bar. You're not sure if it's rotated at all in the past maybe decade, but it's there. And there are pretzels inside being kept warm. As each of you orders, 3 pretzels get pulled out. Ordering beers, kind of looks lagers, ale. What are you looking for? We got a selection. Or you just want me to pick something for you?
Want to discreetly look at the other two and be like, I'll just have what they're having.
I'll take a pale ale.
You, sir?
I'm just here for pretzels.
All right. He goes over, pulls a pale ale for you, an IPA, brings it on over, puts it down in front of you, pulls out a can of Coke, pops it, puts it down in front of Ty.
Cool.
And presents the pretzels.
Could I also have a glass of ice made with alkaline water, if that's cool with you?
Sure.
Nice.
Just literally goes over, takes a glass, and just scoops it into a fucking bin. Walks over, puts it down in front of you.
Cool. Your fingers were on the rim. Nice. Thanks.
You're welcome. They're alkaline.
Ty just like grumpily pours the Coke into the glass. It's like, great. Nice.
So Dr. Jones takes his pretzel and goes and finds a quiet booth to kind of survey the area. And leaving Tony, Ty, and now Holly walking up.
Yeah, can I get a whiskey sour?
Yeah, sure.
Just whatever you got in the well. Thanks.
He goes, turns around, grabs some nondescript bottles. You don't think labels have obviously they fill from whatever bottle they got. Using these unmarked different, they've got that like crystalline kind of patterning to it, the diamond patterning on the sides. There's a quiet, bespoke wholesomeness to the amenities and the hardware and glassware of this place. Pours out, throws a cherry on top, puts it in front of you.
Appreciate it. I pay in cash.
Okay.
And tip, of course.
He slides it over. He slides it to one spot, puts a coaster on top of it just in case you're going to order more. Doesn't really touch it until you cash out. And he goes back to, moving around. If the beer is fantastic as you taste it, the Coke is a Coke. The whiskey is not the best, but that's why you get the sour.
That's why you order whiskey sour.
Cuts that little that zing if it's not that great. And the song just kind of drones on in the rest of the bar. You see the patrons kind of looking over at you because you turned on a fucking song. You're getting the vibe that this is one of those places where we have a jukebox. We have it. Nothing to say you use it kind of vibe. But the bartender's giving you no gruff. You're buying drinks, it seems.
So I just gotta nurse my drink and then look over at Tony and Ty.
Tony's gonna probably just try to do some small talk with the bartender, see if there's anything new that's been happening in town, any new upcoming events or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. You want to role play it out, or do you want to give it a roll, or how do you want to?
We can role play it out for now. Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
no problem with that.
Rock and roll. Let's go.
All right. So, has there been any kind of new events coming in the town lately, or anything coming soon?
As he's setting the different the whiskey bottle back behind the bar, he turns around, starts wiping his hands on a cloth he has on his waist. I mean, next month we got the big Halloween season. That's really about it, but that's going to take up the whole town, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, you're a little early for the tourist season.
Yeah, I gathered that. But is there I've heard before that sometimes there's a car show up here?
Yeah, down by one of the parks. I don't go myself, but I've heard it's nice. Occasionally, I get some of the guys coming in here afterwards, getting a couple of beers, hanging out as they unwind.
Any show regulars that you that always comes by?
I mean, nothing outside of who already shows up here. We got, there's Mike, there's Alex, there's Doreen shows up sometimes too. It's really, that's it. They're not exactly looking to get loaded as soon as they walk off a car show. That's the thing. They come in to hang out, and unwind a little bit before heading home. I don't really talk to them much. They're not here long enough. They have a drink, they have a pretzel, they have some chat, and then they head out.
All right. Yeah, I usually cover a little bit of the car shows, and I guess I misplanned, so I guess I came early. But I figured I might as well, and he shows like a camera and hands him a business card. I do some video journalism on the side, so sometimes I usually like to visit a location maybe a couple times, take some early stock footage, get to know a town, and then come back for the event, so. But this bar looks really, really cool. Is it all right if I take some footage and pictures?
Some B-roll.
Some B-roll footage. Yes, B-roll footage.
I mean, I don't mind. It'll be good for the bar if you do. I'd say, make sure everybody else is okay with it. I don't want somebody getting recorded that, you didn't ask permission first.
Yeah, no worries. I have no problem with that. Thanks for the beer. It's actually really good. Tony's going to get up and start making his way around just to kind of have a little chit chat with everyone around in the bar, and then get their consent before moving into getting some footage of the bar.
Okay. What about Holly and Ty?
I is taking aesthetic selfies, and I use the quotation marks because Ty is also using it as an excuse to look in their front facing camera and see if there's anybody with like a leather jacket or anything in the bar, but they're just like, oh, look at so vintage, oh my gosh, look at this antique bar. Oh,
all right. I will allow anybody who's scoping out the clientele, I'll allow some. We'll do some perception tests. So that's going to be wits and composure together. That's in Chronicles of Darkness. It's a dice pool system. There are stats that have dots associated with them. Each dot represents a die. You take, usually it's an attribute and a skill. In this instance, since perception is kind of a natural thing you do as a person, it's 2 attributes, wits and composure together. So, I'll say Ty. Nah, you can roll raw. I'm not going to give you too much of a penalty. I'm not going to give you a penalty for looking through the camera.
Thank you. They're bad selfies, but
that's the reason why I'm not giving the negative, because you can always look at the image after you've taken it. So
yeah, I'm just like hitting the multi-capture. Okay, so 5,
everybody can take this. Who's investigate? Who's kind of observing?
All right, I got
Sure,
1
I'll get in on this.
10.
Sure.
I got 2 successes.
Roll that 10 again.
I also got 2
and-
successes.
I got another 10. Yay! So I have 2 successes. I'm gonna get 1 sec.
Another 10. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. So keep
Here we
re-rolling.
go.
Okay.
Here we go.
These are the only.
It's always when you.
Okay,
you're
a
just-
9.
It's always when you're just looking at shit.
I know.
Never
These
when
are-
I have to
Still a
not
really
die.
good
Yeah.
roll.
Ty is
Yeah.
going through them, and it's just like
So Ty got
that's
how many successes total?
4.
4. Ooh,
4.
one shy of the.
I got 3.
And yeah, and Ty's like going through like these are the best selfies I've ever taken. Look here in the background. Look how high you look. We look great.
What did Tony get?
2 successes.
So 2, 2, 4, and 3. All right. Of the 3 people, there is one person who looks kind of like they is definitely a little down on his luck. Got an old jacket, it's kind of frayed at the shoulders. The seams are a little bare. He's got a kind of scraggly beard, nothing that looks like it's been kempt in any way, shape, or form in the past, at least couple of weeks. Pale complexion, doesn't see much light, maybe. And a severe hunch for the slightly overweight build as he sits at the bar and just kind of 2-hand holds the beer, occasionally looking over at the shot glass, thinking if he should get another. Sitting at one of the tables, a middle-aged woman, dark hair, mild complexion. She's looking at her beer in a little different way. Almost as if looking for an answer in it. Occasionally squinting. Relaxed in the chair, though. She's of a slenderer build. The one in the booth, you have a little bit harder of a time catching proper details off of. Ty gets the most details as they're sitting in literally the dark part of the darkest part of the bar, and the light over their table might have been unscrewed or something because it's not the low hanging. You ever been to an old Applebee's when they had the old hanging freaking stained glass chandelier situations? It's one of those.
Ate it.
A little bit better of a quality at least, and not just annoyingly Tuscan for no reason. But the light in it isn't really shining. It's dim. But like I said, Ty is the only one that got some actual detail out of it, because messing with the contrast, screwing with the brightness a little bit, post taking the selfie, unless Ty is just literally sifting through filters that make it look as bright as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to see it's guy in a leather jacket. No beer. Arms out across the back of the booth spanning bench seat that encompasses the table. He's got his arms up on the back, just kind of relaxed.
Ty will lean into Holly and be like, "What do you think I should caption this one?"
Wow. I don't know. I think that's dangerous loner in the dark. Because the lighting in here is not great. Like, it's really underexposed over there.
Yeah, Super weird.
Yeah.
Someone should check that out. Like Ty looks around.
Tony, who's Tony going to first of those three?
Probably to the scruffier guy first.
Scruffy guy at the bar?
Yeah. He's gonna just, approach him, and he's just gonna give a quick introduction and ask if it's all right if he could film the tavern and he might be in some of the shots if it's all right for that.
From his deep set eyes and dark bushy brows, you catch a glint as he looks off to the side, and with his pinky just kind of tink pushes the shot glass in your direction.
Man, all right. Takes the shot glass and takes a shot.
Oh, it's empty and upside down.
It's empty. Oh, it's empty upside down. Oh, sorry. So
he's basically like, yeah, you can, if.
And he's like, all right, and then he'll wave to the barkeep and put a few dollars down put a couple dollars down for 2 shots worth.
Mm. The bartender walks over, grabs one of the long neck with a spout on it bottles, puts an extra shot glass down, flips the other one over, pours out a pair of you didn't expect this guy to have this kind of taste, but you're fairly sure it's mezcal.
Wow.
As you smell it. The other guy takes it, holds it up in front of you.
I take the other and cheers.
Clink. Drinks it down, flips it over, chases it with half his beer, half the pint.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
It says, yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. You doing all right, buddy?
Yeah. 1, 2. Another 3 more, maybe, yeah.
You're kind of hitting it a little hard, aren't you?
Night's young.
Must see a lot of stuff around here.
Well, a lot of people like to write it off as the old stories and shit. But some of us know better. Takes another drain of the beer. Burps.
You mean the old Horseman stories?
He pushes the beer glass in front of the bartender, points down, and turns to you. He says, "Oh, it's a horse shit. Nah, it's better. There's other crap going on around here. This place is." You wouldn't fucking believe me anyway. You just want your fucking footage. Hey, and he keeps jabbing at his beer. We're actually going to go into a quick round of social combat.
Ooh.
So what I would like you to do is you need to generate doors first. So this is the lower of your resolve or your composure. And I'll give you a +1. And I want you to declare what it is you're trying to get out of this guy.
Okay. So for the guy, I want to know what is actually going on ultimately. So I want to hear more about the things he's seen or heard in town.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that vagueness and make something of
it. I know usually needs a little bit more specific, but I'm like,
If anybody wants to jump in, they can make help actions as well. Social maneuvering is not a solo affair. So if you want to be involved by either taking small actions that might help, for example, buying the guy a beer might let you roll a help action, and then possibly add dice to Tony's check. So
Can I have helped in the past by supplying everybody with money, like cash, in order to buy drinks for people?
All right, I'll give the first test. I will give. What's your resource at? You said you did cash on hand, right?
Yeah, so I have 3.
All right, so I will allow, depending, this is where you get to spend your cash on hand for dots. Okay. So how many dots are you giving out? 1, 2, or 3?
I'll give 2 dots.
Okay, so reduce your cash on hand down to 1. And now, in your interactions where you decide to spend money to influence this, whether it's buying another beer, buying him a pretzel, bribing him, maybe, you can add those dice to your check. So here's how it works. Doors are your social health. Look at them as your health boxes for social. Whoever wins, whoever gets successes, removes a door from the opponent. You can remove doors together at the same time, but you only remove them one at a time. So, how many doors do you have?
I have. So it's between resolve or composure. They're both 3s, so it's 4.
4 doors. All right. I am not telling you exactly how many doors this gentleman has, although inebriation is going to affect that. So let's see here. We're going to do manipulation and socialize. And since you bought a beer, I will allow a +2 to this as help. Monetary assistance from Ty.
I did it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna actually spend a point of willpower to make this into already I need a little bit more dice here. All right. I got a 10 in there. I got 3 successes.
I got 4.
Oof.
Both are going to lose a door, though. Remember, social is not a one or the other. It's whoever. If you get a success, that door goes away. Okay. I got 4 off of just 3 10s in a row. Damn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jeez Louise.
You don't see that happen.
No.
We're rolling hot tonight.
All right.
This is yeah, everybody loves to focus on the old Horseman story. Yeah, they renamed the place after the fucking guy. But there's more going on here, Those fucking spooks wouldn't have showed up if it weren't for the fucking crap around here. He had 1 door.
A really cheap date.
And now my life story.
My life story. Oh, boy.
This guy's like, look, I need you to subscribe to my podcast about everything that's happening.
He's drunk, depressed.
Yeah.
He's not doing great on the,
Look, it's 6-hour episodes, but by episode 64, it really picks up, man.
Yeah. So yeah, he says, the spooks were gonna show up like a month and a half ago, would they? It's, and you got people talking about the fucking car thing. You got those coma patients that are showing up in the hospital nearby. And then you got they should really shut down that jetty. Or at least people should stop walking out there. It's dangerous. They're slipping and falling and shit. Beer? And the bartender walks over, pulls another draft, puts it in front of him.
Sir, you clearly have a problem. Would you like another?
It's 5 in the afternoon, for Christ's sakes.
and he is
Hey,
two
it's
two beers
5.
and 2 shots in. At least
it's
from what
a
you've
good way to
seen.
start the night. From
It's
what
8
we've
o'clock
seen.
somewhere.
Sounds really rough, man. But you said these spooks came a month and a half ago. So
Yeah. The fucking suits, walking around asking questions and shit. I told them to fuck off when they came in, but you, and his finger gets really fucking close to your face. You seem like a nice guy.
yeah, I mean, I just figured I talk to people, I get to know them, get to have a beer with them.
Oh, right. Beer. Oh, and he sees the beer in front of him. Aha.
And what's out there by the jetty?
Oh, the people are slipping and falling in. They keep going out there because it's the old story, It's really bullshit. But there's an old story that says back when this was not properly colonized yet. There was an old Indian princess who drowned out in the Hudson. And now she stands on the jetty, luring unsuspecting. I told you it's horse shit. It's dumb. There's a couple of people that say they see a woman on the edge of the jetty sometimes. Whatever. It is weird.
It is kind of weird. And you said something about a car. What's with that?
Yeah, there's people who are saying that the car people that came in a couple of weeks ago saying that some fucking maniac driving a 409 was just whipping around, disturbing the show.
Did you
Yep.
happen to go to the car show?
No, not my thing.
Oh, okay. I heard though that some of the folks from the car show come in here every once in a while. You remember anything when they came in last time?
Yeah, they said the asshole was driving again around again, and then I think her name's Doreen.
Doreen.
She had a fun time with he leans in really close, and you can tell he's trying to whisper, but he's at that voice modulation's gone kind of point.
Mm-hmm.
The guy over there picked her up. I don't know where she is now. I haven't seen her. Maybe she would come back in for the show, and it's when they do it again. Although I think maybe, I don't know, there's going to be a lot of people around. Do you think they do a car show in the middle of a Halloween thing? I don't know.
I mean, I heard there's supposed to be one coming in what, a couple weeks. So
Yeah, it's going to be like in the middle of the season.
that's unusual.
I didn't know. They do it every month. It's just a lot of the park space gets taken up by all the rides and stuff.
All right.
And if you want the best apple cider ever, take the hayride that starts down at the bottom of the hill and ends up at the top. After the horseman comes out, with the fire and everything, you give apple cider to everybody, and I shit you not, it's the best fucking thing you'll ever put in your mouth.
All right. I'll remember that tip. Thanks, buddy. And
Welcome.
he makes sure that the barkeep gives him another beer and pats the guy on the shoulder, kind of nodding and thanking him.
The second pat, you actually have to hold on for a second because you think the first one was about to over him. Just kind of leave it there for a second.
Yeah.
Make sure he's good and holds up his glass. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you.
Back to drinking.
All right.
I love Jackie's new best friend.
I do too.
Real party animal, that guy.
If anything bad happens to him, we riot.
Well, clearly we need to recruit him to our cause.
I love him.
I know, right?
That's the hunter you want on your team.
Oh yeah. Just blitzed out of his mind by 6 o'clock. Reliable sort, but
Is day drinking a tactic?
it is.
It stops the vampires because my
If it
blood is
were-
poison.
If it were, don't you think I would have taken it?
I've pickled myself so they can't eat me.
Oh my gosh, pickles sound so good.
Oh, God,
Sorry.
right.
All right. Who's all right? So Tony, you having that conversation? Holly, Ty, were you just kind of eavesdropping that whole time, or? And also, Dr. Jones, what are you up to?
I kind of wanted to see if Dr. Jones had something before
Same.
jumping
So,
in.
between their discussing the photo and the loud whispering, is Dr. Jones aware of the man in the dark?
Oh yeah, you made that roll. You don't catch like specific details because the angle you're at in the darkness, in the gloom of the room, but you do see a darkened figure in that corner.
Well, Dr. Jones is extremely out of his element, so is just going to sit across from him and try to start up a conversation.
Okay.
I would like to point out Dr. Jones's presence one.
Dr. Jones picks up his pretzel and walks over to the darkened booth as Ty and Holly watch this happen as though it were a slow motion car accident. And Dr. Jones sits down in the booth with all the grace of a fledgling gosling. As you're closer now, you can make out some details. Young guy. Cut jawline. Kind of reminiscent of James Dean. Leather jacket. White t-shirt. Tattoos snaking up the neck and out from underneath the jacket onto the backs of his hands. Make a wits composure test for perception.
Roll to fall in love.
Bonuses.
12.
I love him.
Just
Daddy,
the
I
one
love
success.
He's
It's
a magic
writing.
man.
You can see on the backs, but there it's really swirly, and in this light you can't make out exactly the names, but you can tell it's wording, and it looks like it's names, and you occasionally see some like hearts twined in with the lettering. Pulls his hands down, leans in, pulls out a pack of cigarettes from within his coat, puts it to his lips, and lights it. Now, this is 2020, and 2019, technically. We haven't gotten to October 2020 yet. It's illegal in New York to smoke in a bar. And you can even see the bartender kind of looking across the room as he lights up. And the cherry burns at the end of the cigarette a little brighter for a moment as he draws in, and you catch his eyes Just a cold stare at the bartender that just withers him for a second. Enough for the bartender to just be like, yeah, okay. He flicks his ashes into a glass on the table, a short rocks glass. It has ice in it still. He looks over at you, breathes out a plume of smoke that kind of rolls across the table, and you catch these aren't just standard cigarettes. There's a hint of rich tobacco, a little bit of clove in there too. Maybe some spice notes even. They must be something of a rather expensive brand, especially because you're noticing now that there's no filter on the cigarette as well. He looks at you. Can I help you? As he takes another draw.
Hi. I don't think you're supposed to be smoking in here.
He kind of chuckles, gives a little bit of a the smoke escaping as he laughs and taps off some ashes, and he says, I don't think so either. So again, I ask, can I help you?
I mean, it seems more like I can help you, because you should really just not be smoking at all, if I'm being honest. They're not at all healthy for you. Dr. Jones will just start going into a slight rant about possible health effects of long-term cigarette smoking. I, the player, do not have that level of medical expertise, but Jones is the sort of person who does.
Okay, I'm going to spend a willpower, and you need to tell me your virtue, vice, aspirations, and current integrity.
The bold gambit, Jones. It was a bold gambit.
Virtue thorough, vice pessimistic, integrity is 7, aspirations are throw something at someone, collate definitive proof of the supernatural, and quotation marks, I'm a doctor.
Okay.
Which is sort of doing the last one right now.
Cool. Just put those away now. He takes another drag of a cigarette. Says, you seem to be the curious sort around here.
Only possible reason I could think of to come in here.
Yeah, you don't look like the drinking type either.
I have learned how much I miss salt, though.
I actually have a problem. Anyway, this is so you're coming in here. You're not a drinker. You don't have salt much. And it's because you've been curious, huh? What are you curious about?
This bar? I mean, I thought that was implied.
Oh, but this isn't really your kind of hangout. What are you really here for? You can tell me.
Because
so I need you to
things have been happening at this bar?
Social combat.
Oh no.
This isn't the worst flirting I've ever seen, but it's up there. Down there?
It's impressive either
Somewhere.
way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whichever side.
if
whichever side of the bell curve it's
Dr.
on.
Jones does manage to seduce this person, I think I should be allowed to just swap an aspiration for seduce.
Yes.
Like it's like somebody, it's like a 10-year-old who's had like 3 games of t-ball showing up to play in the majors. So
it's getting very angels in the outfield here, and I am for it.
All right, between your resolve and your composure, what's your low?
My low was the resolve 2.
Okay, so you have 3 doors. I have recorded mine.
Dr. Jones about to get all those doors opened.
More than just doors. Anyway,
It's got a hotel room.
Jeremy's gonna
Yep.
kick me out of the call. Be like, I don't know where TK was. That's strange.
Happens.
It's weird. Ghost.
all right. So, I need you. Let's see this most recent conversation. We'll do composure and socialize
Oh, thank goodness.
versus manipulation and socialize.
Not a chance die.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we go. Ooh, keep rolling.
1 success.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I'm
you got
seeing
it.
rerolls.
You got one of his doors.
I'm pretty sure one of
He-
mine is popping right open.
Actually 2 because I got 5 successes.
Oh,
That's the only way you can open multiple doors is by getting an exceptional success. So
Ty
he's-
is like on the stool, like fanning themselves. Nothing is happening. They're just looking at each other, and Ty's like, "Oh my god,
Ollie's just rubbing that bridge of her nose.
this is amazing."
This is
This might be a vampire. What the hell is he doing?
Yo, get it, Dr. Jones.
Ollie.
he leans in
Oh my god.
and you get a better view of what's written on his hands. You see a pair of names. As he checks his notes.
The Fiend.
He's
What did I write on my hands again?
Yeah. You
You
see
catch-
the word daddy.
you catch actually Mary written across his right hand.
Oh no.
You catch it easiest because he's holding the cigarette in that hand, and it's the light inordinately bright. Like you're not used to cigarettes casting light like this. It's not blinding, but everything is a little bit more clear around the cherry of that cigarette.
How is Mary spelled?
Mary.
Okay, good.
But
Martha.
like extremely flowy and loopy, and it's got hearts around it. The Y actually goes down and cuts through a heart like an arrow. And there's a little
If
drop
Mary
of
was a
blood.
diminutive, though, Jones would have been quite worried.
Oh, Mary. Yeah. That would have been weird. He says, "Well, I do think that I can help you."
Oh, great.
You want to know what's been going on around here, haven't you?
I do.
What if I told you I can show you?
Show me how.
I got ways. My car's here. We can go for a ride.
What kind of car is it?
Are you is this asking the DM or asking the
Asking the character.
Oh. I got a Bel Air outside.
Yeah. There.
Oh wait, hold on. Scratch that, not a Bel Air. I just want to double check. Make sure I got it right. What the hell? What the hell?
Mint green
The
Bel
car.
Air. It's a hearse.
Told you he was a vampire. No.
He's got a
Still hot.
I mean, yeah, it's a vampire.
Worth it.
he's got a Porsche outside.
Jones's response is the same, but
Oh. Get it, Dr. Jones?
So I could take you for a ride, show you what you're looking for.
Ride to where? We're just about. I don't.
I could take you to the sites, you know. There's the jetty that's so popular lately.
Oh my god.
I know you've been thinking about that lately too.
Such shite
It's
sights
true.
to show you.
I can show you the old mansion. The old
Wait.
octagon house.
Wait, old mansion.
Yeah.
You're actually a local, so you know about the octagon house. There is a kind of semi-well-known landmark. It's called the Armour Steiner Octagon House. It was a building that was created in the shape of an octagon to prove a point. It was built.
Pentagon ain't shit.
It was built in 1860 by an architect who wanted to prove that square houses and rectangular houses were just inefficient. And the octagon house allowed more light at more times, and it was more aesthetically pleasing, and arches and all this other crap. It is now kind of it was a museum of sorts for a short period of time. Now it's been rented out as kind of a office space. Whoever bought it decided they wanted to turn it into a fancy kind of office thing for companies that want to have, you know, really extravagant facilities that make. You've seen fancy mansions that get turned into freaking business fronts, and it's solely to just show off that they have a cool place. As far as you know, though, that's about all you can recall from it.
I was super confused because Kentucky also has an octagon house that is a Civil War museum, and it's not too far from where I live. And I was like,
Ooh.
what?
Getting spoopy.
I was
Shit
like,
got meta.
fuck.
It's not really a game. The game is your life.
If I die in this bar, I'm gonna die for real.
I don't think you're at the high risk category for dying in this bar, at least not yet.
So
James Dean hasn't even looked at me.
this is so what do you say?
I mean, it's tempting, but you're also being really vague, which makes me think you might want to hurt me.
No, I'd never hurt you.
Oh my god, dude.
I just want to know who you are. And I want to know what you want to know.
Alright, hold on.
Make a
Yeah.
composure.
So glad we're not playing vampire, because I would definitely die first thing. I'd be like, you're hot. Like, yeah, let's do it. I guess I'm dead now. Whatever.
Composure, empathy.
No empathy. But
Again-
not a chance to.
And against his manipulation and persuasion.
Well, 2 6s means Satan says no.
Rolling them dice. Ooh. Damn. Getting at least one reroll every time I drop dice today. Well, I mean, when you're rolling 7 dice, it's all right. 3 successes. Is that your final door?
Yes.
Say
had the 3.
goodbye to those inhibitions.
All right. So, you are going to take a condition.
Is it swooning?
It is swooning. You are swooned. So this is a condition in Chronicles of Darkness. It is known as swoon. Your character has butterflies in his stomach. It's conditioned as swooned character. You may have multiple instances of this condition reflecting multiple affections for multiple characters. You suffer a -2 to any rolls that would adversely affect the object of this affection. The object of your affection gains +2 on any social rolls against you.
Oh,
If
buddy.
the object of the swoon is attempting social maneuvering on the swoon character, the impression level is considered 1 higher to a maximum of perfect.
Ooh.
And the resolution for this is do something for the object, so this person, that puts your character in danger, and then opt to fail a roll to resist a social action by the object of your affection.
What I'm hearing is I'm going with the scary man in this Porsche.
Mm-hmm. So he puts out a cigarette into the glass, dousing it. Says, "Come on, I'll show you my car."
Yeah, Jones is going along.
The moment they stand up and start walking together, I throw back the rest of my drink and am moving to interpose. In fact, I'm just gonna like turn to Ty and just be like, "Tail us," and like walk over to like get in the middle of this situation because in case they, no, where are you going, Dr. Jones? So yeah, I'm headed over that way.
All right, they get about halfway through the bar before you're able to.
Hey, Jonesy, where are you going, buddy?
Please don't call me that.
Who's your new friend? We haven't met. Hi.
You didn't give me a name either, so...
Oh,
Ooh, a mystery man.
you can just call me Jack.
This is
Jack.
Jack.
It's nice to meet Jack. You guys going out to have some fun? You're not just going to leave me behind here, are you?
He actually looks to Holly. He says, "I'm open to more than one coming along. I got room. And I'm going to spend a willpower point, and you need to tell me your virtue, vice, aspirations, and current integrity."
Okay. My virtue is hopeful. My vice is violent. My aspirations are in here somewhere. My aspirations are keep a teammate from harm by getting myself injured, frighten a friend with an excessive display of violence, and distract someone from their troubles by getting them drunk or high. And my current integrity is 7.
Okay. So he looks to you. This is you're friends with
Oh, Jonesy and I go way back, yeah.
Oh, he looks
Please don't call me that.
He says, "Oh, we both know. Should call you something much worse. Isn't that right, Mary?"
Please don't call me that.
So Jones, you'll be fine.
Jones! It's one syllable.
All right.
Jonesy's very shy.
I'm not pushy. But
Listen
your
up,
name,
Jones.
your name, Miss?
Oh, my name's Becky. She wouldn't use her real name. Fuck it. She's gonna try to lie to this guy. Yeah.
Manipulation.
Shit.
Subterfuge.
Oh fuck.
-3.
All right. Well, that's a hot chance die. Let's see. Well, hang on. Okay. I have 1 manipulation.
Specifically because of what I just used.
Can I use any amount of willpower to pull this out of the toilet at all?
I mean, what's your negative at?
Oh god. All right. So I have 1 manipulation.
Okay.
And I do not have the relevant skill.
So you're at
like
a full -3. So even spending willpower would put you at a 0.
0. Okay. Shit.
So it's a chance die.
Chance die. Let's take a chance. Take a chance on me.
Roll a 10.
I rolled a 7, but good advice. Thank you, Jackie.
Do that next time.
He gives you
Next
he
time.
gives you this look of, oh, stop. And he says, listen, Holly, you don't have to lie. We're just going to go and look around town. I had a nice long talk with Jones over here. And he said that you guys were looking around for information about the area. And I just want to know about you. So I thought we could take a drive.
Well, then maybe we can exchange information. That might be fun.
I would love to know everything about you. So, want to invite your friends? I can fit 3 more at least. 4 if you cram into the back.
He wasn't supposed to know about my friends. Crap. We can just go. It's fine. We don't need to worry about them. One of them's basically a kid. Like,
Yeah.
Alright.
Honestly, if they look back at all at Ty is not even watching them anymore. Is like
Oh, jeez.
has eaten is like eating somebody's discarded pretzel and like just like going through TikTok on their phone.
Everyone make a wits composure test. This is perception.
Oh, okay.
4.
5 die. Bloop. I
3
got
successes.
What? Oh no, why did I close out of that? Stop.
2 successes for Tony. 3 successes for Dr. Jones.
Whose first name, because we keep obliquely referencing it, is Merryweather. That's what the Merry thing is. For the sake of the audience.
I conveniently also rolled 3 6s again.
5?
I got a 5. Thank you. 8 again.
Exceptional success.
Mhm.
All right. Those of you who got moderate success. Did Ty roll? Or
I got 1 success.
That's a
Ty's watching
success.
TikToks on their phone.
This is a
It's like-
success. You notice that whoever put money in had more plays. And if you don't select a song on these old jukeboxes, it kind of has like a mechanical random to it. So it switched songs a while ago, and it's currently wrapping up another tune as that record gets pulled off and a new one gets put down. Holly hears the opening song, the opening notes as Jack slides a hand across Dr. Jones's shoulder, getting that nice tight pull in. And as he's running his hand across his back, you see the name written across the back of his left hand. It says Flo. And you notice one of the names on his neck, on the back specifically of his neck. And it actually says Joni. All hearts and everything intertwined. And you hear the song playing just as he's walking towards the door, arm over Dr. Jones's shoulder. And you get to kind of watch as Jones, let's see here. You have a -2 against this. So you're going to resist this.
I'm going to try to resist this.
You do not have a supernatural resistance. So this is going to be straight up resolve.
And with the -2, that's a chance die.
Okay. So I'm going to roll my dice pool for this. Tee. Dread powers are fun.
Yet another 6.
All right, that's got 2 successes. Lose 2 willpower, please. Take 2 willpower damage.
Ow.
As you feel comfortable, Jones's shoulders relax, kind of leans into the guy a little bit. Whether it's, whatever Jones's preference being, it can be as simple as a friend, putting her head on a friend's shoulder, or it can be, a little bit more if he's inclined. But Jack isn't pulling away at all. Jack's pulling in, and Jones is kind of going with it. There's even a little bit of a faint wisp as you see as his hand brushes across Dr. Jones's neck. It's almost like he's brushing tattoo ink off of him, and it runs up the back of his hand, up his arm, and under the jacket as he squeezes in. And you hear a song that you haven't heard in a while. You don't really listen to classic radio unless that's something Holly would do. Does Holly listen to classics,
Yeah, actually, let's say it's a guilty pleasure of hers that she listens to shockingly old music for her age.
Me too.
You can recognize
Very
the
into
Wanderer when it
Backstreet
comes
Boys.
on. And they begin to walk out of the tavern. What's everybody up to? Other than Dr. Jones, who's currently under a little bit of a situation.
He's rolling with it. I mean, he's probably a little catatonic at this point, because this has never happened before.
Tony's gonna walk up after a few minutes and after a second and just go and walk up to a Holly. Where's Jones going?
If Jones walks out the door, Holly is going right behind him. Like, she's not stopped. Like,
Oh, they're making their way for the door.
yeah, and she's going right behind with.
Okay.
Oh, in that case, I kind of like tap the side of the bar right next to Ty and just say, "Let's go."
Ty has been sitting there like listening to the music on the jukebox, is like singing along, like, you know what? It's a bop though. What are we doing?
Let's go. Looks like something's going on.
Ty will grab a pretzel, shove it in their mouth, and go.
Okay, so all 3 of you are kind of giving chase as you get outside. It being more towards the days are getting longer in October. It's twilight out. You spent a little bit of time in the bar. It's around 6:30, maybe 7. It's starting to get on the darker side of dusk. And out there you can see a 4-seater silver Porsche classic car. He starts walking towards it and he stops, points to the car, says, "Jones, go ahead. Hop into the passenger seat. I'll be with you in a second."
Jones does as he's told.
Guy turns around. Jack looks at the 3 of you as you come out of the tavern. Says, "Listen, I'm getting kind of mixed signals here. First you said you want to leave, your friends, you could come along, but now you got all your friends here with you. Are you coming? Or is it just going to be me and Jones?
Kind of just want to deck this guy.
Tony's just gonna
Do
lean
it.
in a little bit on Holly and just go, what's going on? What is going on?
Ty's
Oh,
texting.
I just think our friend here is looking to get into a car and gun it. That's what I say to Tony. So where are you going? Where are we going? Don't worry about them. They're just whatever. Guys, we got a thing. It's fine. Let's go. It's just
Cool. Bye.
All right. And Tony's gonna just walk slowly behind Ty and then kind of leads into Holly. I don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, does this mean I can drive?
No.
So Tony and Ty, are you leaving the area or like?
We're gonna get in the car, but we're not gonna leave yet.
Yeah, I
Your
suspect
car.
Or
Yeah.
rather, Dr. Jones's car specifically.
Dr. Jones's
Yeah,
car.
Right.
Dr. Jones's car, where if it isn't subtle enough, that's where my rifle lives.
Oh, yeah. It was.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's an
Ty doesn't know that. Ty's like,
I mean, it's
I guess we're
visiting. I
going.
wouldn't say it lives there.
I know it does. The purpose of the story.
It's a
also
convenient rifle.
it's
I
an old
imagine-
enough car. Hold on, it's
Mhm.
old enough car that it doesn't have an alarm on it,
Mhm.
And you really weren't locking it, but you do realize you don't have the keys.
ugh,
Dr. Jones has the keys.
not have remote start.
Jack looks to Holly. You're coming along too? Good.
Yeah, just safety in numbers. There's a lot of weird creeps out there.
Oh, more the merrier. And I understand.
Damn it.
He walks over. There's no real like back door. You can you can push the seat forward to slide into the back, but it's one of those like my knees are now in my chest back benches in a sports car. This is a Porsche.
Okay.
It is open top though. Silver, looking sleek. It's got that rounded kind of look to it. He kind of just gestures to the back and just hop on in.
Yeah, and she does. She will hop over and slide into the back seat.
He gets in. It's the car. You hear it rev. Says, so, you wanted to head over to the jetty? Take a look at that. I know that's one of the things that you were curious about.
Let's do it.
I love enthusiasm. He starts pulling the car away. Tony and Ty, you up to anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my lock picking kit to break into the car.
I said the car was
car's
unlocked. The
Oh,
car
it's
is
unlocked. I'm sorry. But we don't have the keys still.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have to I'm gonna have to still hotwire the car.
I was gonna try and hotwire it. Awesome. I love it.
Which one you want to hit me with? Come on, let's go.
This will be
I don't see a crime option.
dexterity larceny.
All right.
Larceny. Oh my
Luckily,
gosh.
I took dots in larceny.
I can't believe I also took dots in larceny. I have so many dots in dexterity.
Chronicles of
as
Darkness,
well.
where you can literally take points in crime.
Do crime,
Yes.
people.
Wait,
Is there
Ty.
anything I can do to assist?
Normally, I would accept teamwork actions.
Yeah,
but,
that's fair.
I'm
not.
If one of you,
Yeah.
if one of you is turning the key over and Revan is, I will allow it because you're both using your heads. So one of you is going to try and do the, who's the primary actor first? Let's find that out.
It'd probably be me having to be the primary actor since I'm the one who has to
Yeah.
drive the car.
Okay.
Rude. But fair.
So Ty, make a composure larceny test.
Neat. Ooh, that was a mistake. I Googled how to hotwire a car, just not great at it. I know you just want me to turn the key or whatever, but you sure I shouldn't be stomping on this pedal thing? I have 0 successes.
0 successes. All right.
All right.
Tony, roll the raw dex.
All right. Let's just go with raw and let's find out where we go. Does the lockpicking kit work for anything for hot wiring a car or no?
What is a car engine if
quality?
not a big
It's a +1.
lock?
I'll give you the +1 die.
Okay.
It's a really, really controlled explosion.
And thank God one of the successes was a 10. Oh my God. Okay, so 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yes.
Tony knows well enough that hot wiring is actually probably one of the most over-the-top, ridiculous bullshit movie things that you can do. Instead, he literally just pulls the screwdriver out of the lockpicking kick and just jams it into the fucking
Yep.
and turns the car over with the screwdriver.
Yep.
Neat.
If you got more, you would have been able to do the tick, 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 but
Oh,
like,
yeah,
2
yeah, I know,
successes is just like fuck it.
We're just gonna force it.
Yeah.
And somewhere Jones feels a disturbance.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Story
so-
Jones is
that's
going to
all.
be feeling a lot of this.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got a
You
plan.
got the start. You got the car started. You can follow.
I have a
All right,
really
so we're gonna
terrible
follow.
plan.
I mean, is it any
Sensing
worse than the
another
plan
chase.
that got us in this situation?
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awful.
Great idea. You drive. I'll use the gun. Ty is already rolling down the.
Oh,
And now Tony
Oh,
instantly regrets his
no.
decision.
so in the lead vehicle, Jack is kind of driving at a even pace, not racing. Occasionally letting the engine, sing a little song though, with a little extra bit of pressure on the gas. But more of that, like, yeah, it's big. The engine. It's got a lot of cylinders.
I would like to surreptitiously draw the knife I keep on me.
Okay.
I don't know
Guys,
if
what
that
if
needs
we-
a roll or not, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
trying to do it subtly in the back
I'm
of this
thinking-
car.
Okay. I will. We're gonna roll off. We're gonna roll off on this one.
What
Because you're in the back seat. I'll
Mhm.
give you a bonus though.
Ooh,
what if we're wrong? What if he's actually nice?
she's gonna get an opportunity.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
find
just-
out.
I'm not
It's
I'm not
your-
about to just stab him. Like
it's
that's
your-
not quite where this is going.
It's your
I'm
friendly
cool with this.
neighborhood mind reading
Yeah.
thug.
I don't
Dude
know.
knew didn't tell the dude my name. Dude knew my name. Dude's getting a knife.
Maybe you have a
So
name
Uh,
tag.
I
Just a-
will.
just a Holly
I will
right across my
allow either
Mhm.
dexterity,
Mm-hmm.
stealth,
Mm-hmm.
or composure weaponry.
Ooh. What is my
Either you're doing
stealth?
this sleight of hand style in a practice method that you've known how to draw something,
Stealth.
or knowing how to draw a knife and being calm about it. That's your 2 options with the way that the dice roll out.
Composure weaponry was the other one you said?
Composure weaponry. This is what
Weirdly,
I love about
those-
this system. It's
Those
so
are both
freaking
5 for
flexible.
me. That's wild. We'll say composure weaponry then. Sure.
And
why
you get a
not?
+1 for being in the back seat.
3, 4, 5, 6 dice. Hot diggity. Here goes.
Okay. I have rolled mine.
Oh shit. Oh wait, here we go.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your successes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 2 successes.
Ooh.
Brain fart for a second there.
Okay.
Regretty spaghetti.
You draw the knife and you don't notice any specific response. But you now have the knife. How would Holly be holding it?
I think she's got it in an ice pick grip, considering what I'm about to do with it. With the I'll say it's sharp on both sides. Why not? I don't know.
Okay.
Double bladed rather.
All right. So as the drive continues along, he looks over to Jonesy. He says, Jonesy, what got you into looking into this kind of stuff? You can tell me.
I don't know if you believe me.
Oh, no, come on. Try me.
Yeah,
I
tell him,
love hearing
Jonesy.
stories.
It's a fun story.
Okay, I'll tell, but people have to stop calling me Jonesy.
All right, Jones.
All right. Male, Caucasian, early 20s, seemed to have catastrophic heart failure. I looked for some sort of drug in the system for OD and found a handprint on his heart.
Wow. That is really wild. I believe you, though. That's really interesting. What'd you think it was?
Oh, I have no idea. The print itself was ash. Like, something like someone dipped their hand in ash and then crushed the heart without...
He's got his left hand over the wheel, not actually holding it, sitting it so that the wrist is kind of hanging over. And he puts his arm around Jones as he's talking to him. And he's even doing this really unnerving thing where he's not looking at the road as much as he is looking at Jones while he's talking. And that's why Jones is going to need to make a willpower test.
Well, it's better than what I've been rolling.
Ooh. All right, so that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
Roll
I got 1 success, and it doesn't affect the mechanics, but I rolled 3 1s, so I'm pretty sure I am not doing well in this situation.
Dramatic failures, like you only have to worry about dramatic failures when you're dealing with that chance die. Other than that, it's either success or failure. Keep it simple. Take another point of willpower damage as you start to get kind of drowsy while you're telling this story, but not in a drowsy in a I'm being put to sleep kind of way. Drowsy in a you take the kid out in the car because the rolling of the wheels and the windows down a little bit. Just calm them down. You feel comfortable. You feel safe as you kind of unload your story.
Yeah, it's probably very stream of consciousness right now. I mean,
yeah.
It's weirdly technical because it's Jones, but it is just brain spew.
Holly can make a wits composure test while Tony and Ty tell me what they're doing. Holly, that is a perception test, by the way. So,
Thank you.
Tony's gonna try to keep up with the car, but at the same time try not to be as obvious that they're tailing them, even though it's probably a very empty road that they're on.
Okay. And what about Ty? I know Ty has the window down, the gun out.
Oh yes. I'm looking to shoot at a tire or something because
very different scene playing out in the other car.
Ty has
here for it.
0 firearms, anything. So I'm a take aim.
Maybe spend a willpower.
I got 3 willpower, so.
All right, so if you're taking aim, and okay, this will be Dex firearms.
I can do that.
Oh
boy.
Are you taking a shot, or are you just lining up a shot?
I'll be taking a shot. So yeah, I will spend in willpower
shit,
because
okay.
I'm an idiot.
Okay. Did you have any conditions? Because like I'd resolve one of them if you.
I don't.
Okay.
This is all natural tie.
This is 100% terrible decisions.
This
Yeah.
is so much better than the bad decision I was going to make.
All
This is
right,
great.
fingies crossed, and I got a 10.
Okay.
Okay. So far that's one success.
Please don't shoot me.
That's one success.
One success total.
And honestly, that's all I need to not feel bad about this decision.
What's the damage on that rifle there, Holly?
Damage 4.
Damage 4. So that means you do 5 damage. Because the way rifles work. The way weapons work is that you don't get any dice added to your roll when you make it, but if you get any successes, you add that damage number to your successes, and that's your damage total.
Yeah. It's big, loud, and for murdering.
What was the perception test that Holly got?
1 success.
1 success.
I'm a little distracted thinking about how I'm going to shiv this dude.
Holly sees a little bit of that hand that was going around Jones. You can see his finger is just twirling a little bit of the hair on the back of Jones's neck. You can see the hair actually wrapping around the finger and then flowing and becoming tattoo ink as it flows up his hand and onto the back of his hand. He says, you know, you'd love to know about the boys over at the Octagon House, wouldn't you? Love to hear about those nerds going around and trying to pick people up. You know, pharmaceutical companies being weird, and then all of a sudden the back of his head fucking erupts and the front just explodes onto the windshield in front of him. For an instant, Holly sees motor oil. As then blood just soaks the interior of the car and it starts to careen off the road. And that is where we are going to leave off for next time.
Yay!
Ty takes that shot. Ty like looks at Tony. He's like, "Holy shit! Did you see that? That's fucking awesome! Oh fuck!
Weren't you supposed to aim for the tires?
I was. Sorry, I killed y'all's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't kill him. I shot him. That's different.
New forms of spook.
Hey,
I mean, hey,
even if he's now missing part of a head, that doesn't change how I feel about him.
What to say? I was about to put a knife to his throat, but like,
I don't know. Let's like Connor was talking about like wraps his finger in the hair, and I was like, I'm starting to think this guy isn't a good guy anymore.
Yeah, no. Like, if you hadn't blown his brains out, I would have. My plan was to like grab him by the hair and be like, okay, what's your fucking deal, buddy?
Everything else
like,
up until
weird.
this point seemed on the level, but that
Yeah.
was a step too far.
I was trying to see if we could get anything out of the guy.
I mean,
The answer is no.
he seemed like a scumbag, but I'm sure he was nice.
He just wanted to hear, you know, what you had to say. That's
Yeah, he just wants to listen. He's a good listener.
Yeah, he
How
needs to
hard
think
is
about
that?
consent a little bit, is what he needs to do. Well, I guess
You're
he doesn't need to think
right.
about anything anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
No.
You don't.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen next time. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight.
I did.
I had a lot of fun running. Remember, everybody, if you like the way this game sounds, Chronicles of Darkness is fantastic, and specifically us playing Hunter 2nd Edition, you can go check out the Kickstarter that is currently running. Great stretch goals currently have been hit. It's been funded. They're deep into the stretch goals. Go get yourself on there so you can get yourself a copy as soon as it's out and ready. The premium books are fantastic. I just got Dystopia Rising in the mail, and I haven't been able to really thumb through it yet, but I was able to just open it and just kind of smell the pages, and that fresh book printing smell. It's good. Their premium prints are great. So go check it out. So we're going to go around the horn here. Everybody's going to say who they are, where you can find them, what they got going on recently, if they have anything that they can talk about. And
Why you gotta blast me though?
and then you're going to tell me what your favorite part of the night was. So we'll go in reverse order. Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy. I have nothing, at least as far as the greater internet knows. And my favorite part is the cascade of fails on Jones's part.
that wonderful slow roll into falling for the guy. He's just nice.
Was.
I miss him already.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, don't worry, Ty didn't.
Fox.
Hey folks, I remain Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett on Twitter, where you can find me yelling at centrists. What can I talk about? We did recently announce, or rather I should say the Devil's Luck crew recently announced a little game that's coming down the pike. I believe our first game is going to be on March, 15th, I want to say?
I think that is the day that we...
March 15th, yeah. So starting then, and Sundays going forward from there at 7 o'clock Eastern time over at twitch.tv/Devils Luck Gaming. You can find both myself and Conry Self, who's down here somewhere, playing a little Deadlands.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into the old Weird West, and people are definitely gonna get their brains splattered all over everything, and then probably get back up again because it's Deadlands. So yeah, come check that out when it happens. And I've got a handful of other things bubbling. As ever, follow me on Twitter, and I'll like scream at you at what I'm doing.
And your favorite part of the night?
God, it's silly, but I really like that there was a jukebox because I don't know, I just like jukeboxes. The friggin' the barfly that Tony that super awkward little exchange of just like, it's buy me a drink. You got to get through all of my many doors. No, that was it. That's all I needed. Thanks. Here's my and that's the life vomit that came afterwards. That bemused me endlessly.
It is a reason why it's called social lubrication. All right. I believe next in our lineup is TK.
It's TK. I write spooky stories and put them on the internet. If you like to read them and you don't feel like paying for spooky stories right now, which is fine, you're valid, but you should pay your creators. You can go to my website, tkjwrites.com, or you can follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. Both are free, so you don't really have an excuse. Join me Friday. This same time slot, but on the D&D Twitch channel, where I am the DM for a spooky Ravenloft show called Tales from the Mist. It's spooky. We had a train heist. We're having a shopping and spa day, so that's going to be awesome because the moon is full and one of our cast members has lycanthropy, so that'll be great. You guys know that, but they don't know that, so there's that.
Oh boy.
Yay.
And your favorite part of the night?
I really liked the barfly. I liked a lot about Jack. But I super loved shooting him.
That was a turn.
I loved it. I 100% expected to fulfill an aspiration, which my latest aspiration is catastrophically let down team.
Oh yeah, you complete that.
Nice. To just fulfill my untrustworthy vice. So nice.
There you go.
Happy to help.
And Jackie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at DeathByMage. And you can also keep a lookout for the Unbreakable Anthology, which is a D&D adventure anthology written and illustrated by Asian creators. It's supposed to be coming out sometime in March, so just keep a lookout for it, and we're really excited about it. And my favorite part of the night, Jack was great. Jack was such a great character. But that barfly was just honestly my favorite interaction ever.
Listen, everybody is just 3 drinks away from their life story. That's just the truth of it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us fewer.
Yeah. They had a head start. What can I say? I have been the Conry. You can find me on Twitter at the Conry, and also on Twitch at Devil's Luck Gaming, where I run a myriad of games. More and more coming up. We're going to have a pretty hefty schedule going forward. As Fox mentioned before, on Sundays, we're going to be doing Deadlands, where I'm actually not running the game. That's a fun thing. This is another welcome to the party / Devil's Luck Gaming crossover event. So Throck is going to be running this one, and I get to be a crazy priest with a gun.
The best kind of priest.
Crazy or crazed? Because there is a difference.
Mm-hmm.
He drags around a coffin, so you know.
Okay, crazy enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get to play that wonderful trope up, the crazy priest. And on Saturdays, currently, more Chronicles of Darkness action. I run Werewolf the Forsaken, another show in our Fractured Chronicles series. This one is Fractured Territories, and our pack just dealt with Bishilu in their first episode, so fun rat things happening and spirits and shit. And I love Werewolf. I don't get to run it enough, and I'm so glad I'm running it again. And we have a 4-player pack, all in person. We're all in costume. It's a lot of fun, and that's Saturdays at 8 p.m. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Team Devil's Luck, and follow me on at the Conry to find out when we're going live with any of our other shows. We occasionally do, discussion shows about D&D or just tabletopping in general, or we play video games like Resident Evil randomly for no reason. But anyway, that I believe is it for us tonight. Please do not be shy. Go check out the Kickstarter for Hunter. That's it for us. Thank you very much for hanging around. And because I don't know how to sign out any other way, I'll just do the one that I do from my own channel. Until we see you again, remember, everybody, to always stay evil. Good night, everyone.